Welcome to Mutation Nation. We have studied mutations before, and now as we study a little bit about mutations, I wanted to focus on how they drive evolution. So that is our focus today. So as we begin, let's think about this. What is a mutation, and are they good or bad? Pause the video and think about this for a moment. So a mutation is any change in the DNA of an organism. They can be both good or bad, or they can even have no effect at all. Examples of good are going to be webbed feet on a duck, bad, skin cancer, and no effect, blue or brown eye color. And here's where your notes begin on your worksheet. See, Earth is approximately 4.6 billion years old. We know that from taking different samples, rock samples, especially from our Grand Canyon and such. The planet has changed a great deal during its existence. For organisms to survive, they would have to change, which is mutate, and mutation is any change, permanent change in the DNA of an organism, and we already know that some are good, some are bad. So examples of mutation. Here we have albinism. Check out all those cool albino animals. True albinos have pink eyes due to the flow of blood to the retina and the absence of pigment in the iris. Yes, that is right. With albinism, you're actually seeing the blood flow because there is no pigment to the iris. Another example of a mutation would be a flu virus. Every year, scientists that study the flu virus must devise a new vaccine. So seemingly, we never get enough of the flu virus shots because the new vaccine to combat the current strain of flu around. This is because the virus mutates very often, so new vaccines have to be created each year. Now, in your worksheet, it says 2 mutations are discussed in the notes, albinism and the flu virus. List 3 more mutations that exist in nature and whether they're good, bad, or neutral in the chart below. This might be something that you'll have to look up. So here we are with the section on adaptation. When a mutation is beneficial, it helps an organism to survive in its environment. The organism has the opportunity to live longer, find a mate, and pass on its good traits to its offspring. Okay, for example, the zebras. One thing that allows them to survive is the stripes, and because they are able to travel in herds, the stripes confuse the predators. So that is an adaptation for them. Okay, an adaptation is a characteristic that helps an organism survive and reproduce. This is key. It must be able to survive and reproduce. They include structures and behaviors for finding food, a mate, protection, and moving. All things that are very necessary for survival. Sadly, when I made the PowerPoint, I had 6 different animals. Now, only 3 of the pictures show up. However, this first one should be a boa constrictor. So I first want you to think about a boa constrictor and what types of adaptations do you believe it would have. Okay, pause the video, and then when you're ready, go on. So the boa constrictor will unhinge its entire jaw to swallow its prey whole. This helps it to get its food and make sure the food does not run away in the meantime while it's eating. It also basks in the sun to warm its cold-blooded body. Now for the kangaroo. What do you think some of its adaptations are? If you mentioned large ears, powerful back legs, and the pouch for carrying their babies, you are right. Now the picture that didn't show up in this next spot is a tarantula. So what kind of adaptations do our tarantulas have? Okay, special hairs on their back. This is so cool. They can release when under attack and irritate the eyes and nose of their predators. Did you know they can do that with the hair they have? And they can easily sense vibrations on the ground. Now looking at our beautiful elephant here. Our elephant has the trunk and the tusks and the large feet. The large feet I love that part. Using it to distribute their body weight because they are so large, to dig out of water holes and such. Pretty awesome. And then back to another picture that didn't show up. This would be our amazing cheetah. What do you think the cheetah has for adaptations? Well, spots to camouflage. I bet you got that one. Teeth designed for eating meat, probably got that one. But check this one out, those ankle bones that help them climb down trees head first. I think that's the coolest thing ever. And of course our monkeys have the opposable thumbs for grasping items, that prehensile tail, meaning it's going to be okay to hang from the trees and it's not going to hurt them, and teeth designed for an omnivorous diet. Remember, they eat both plant and animal matter if they are omnivorous. And now, who did we have in our time to figure this out? Charles Darwin studied it. And this here is Charles Darwin. He actually studied birds a lot in the Galapagos Islands. And you'll see this picture quite a bit of the different birds because they have different sized beaks. This bird here would eat much larger food than this bird here. And they're all pretty much the same species. And this is what has led him to figure out these adaptations and thus his theory of evolution. And here we go, evolution things you need to know about. This is a video. Now on your paper it gives you the wrong address. It's an old paper, an old address. The exact same movie is found at this address down here, so please use that address as you watch this video. Thank you, have a fabulous day, and we'll see you tomorrow.